Okay, looks like we're going to do another replay review for Dorkmoon Blade. This one's going to be on clips. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so it looks like it's PvP. We are at the bottom left. I actually have not watched this replay yet, so everything will be fresh and new, but it does look like it's PvP. And he did mention there's a 2 gate somewhere, so we'll just see. Would not pylon scout unless if you're going for cheese, or this is really uneconomical. Your gateway is going to be about 5 seconds later, which, you know, when it comes to, okay, not 5 seconds, let me think, probably 3 or 4 seconds later. And when it comes to defending against proxy gate, your gateway timing matters a lot. So if you're really hamstring yourself by pylon scouting, and you don't get any extra information. If you had gate scout or gas scouter, you would found exactly what you need to on time without sacrificing economy. But we do see gate here. See, we don't know if it's gas or gate. You have to wait for him to make it anyway. So we do see it's 2 gate. If we're going to continue with our build, let's see how this goes. So we want core next. Okay. Probe. Pylon, okay. Everything's normal from both sides. 2 on gas. Not sure if that's on purpose or not. It's okay to do that. I just don't know if it's on purpose. I like to do it if I'm making like a shield battery. I'll only put 1 or 2 on gas for just a little bit, but it's important to know if that's intentional or not. Okay, so he sent the zealot first. Usually they wait till 3, but if they send the zealot first, then yeah, you just chase this with the zealot. It gets dicey though. You just have to micro really well and prevent the probes from getting sniped. Generally speaking, if they have much better micro than you, then this is really effective, honestly. But if you can micro, their second push with the 2 zealots is going to be a lot weaker, and they're going to be put really far behind. So he has to get like 2 or 3 probe kills for this to be worth it for him. So let's slow this down. So that's interesting. He moves the probe away, his probe away. Usually they want to keep that, but to harass the probes along the side of the zealot. But so far you're doing really good damage on it. It hasn't gotten any kills yet. It's already in the yellow. That's really good. Let's see how this goes. So okay, so far so good. Okay, 1 probe, that's okay. You don't need this probe to chase, I'm sure you know that. Okay, move that back. I would not chase with this goon here. The strategy, oh, you know what? He did something completely different. I think he only, so you want your probe to be in this area. I was busy watching the zealot. So the defense was fine. He only got 1 probe. That's totally okay. But what's this doing here? And what's these 2 zealots doing? Okay, so this is important to keep in the base. Generally around 19 supply when you are. Hold on. Let me show exactly when. So generally when he makes 2 zealots here, he should get the gas if he's going for tech. If you don't see gas at this time, so when you are 17, about to be 19 supply, check for the gas. If it's not there, then it's going to be Nexus first. If you see that there's no gas, I would just put a pylon here, and that's going to be super annoying. He has to either make another pair of zealots to kill it, or he has to switch to tech. So I always look for the gas timing around this time. Meanwhile, I want to know what he did with zealots here. So generally he would send these straight through. This one bought a lot of time. You killed it, basically. So yeah, he should know that if that zealots is killed, and it's only 2 zealots here, this should... Oh, okay, so it pops up here. I guess I rewind too quick. Let's see how this goes. Okay. So 1 zealot shouldn't fight 2 zealots for very long. If they're targeting your zealot, you just run around while the goon is hurting the zealots for free. Once they target onto your dragoon, then you put the zealot back to hit the zealot, their zealot. So I guess this probes would be micro. By now, you should know that he's going Nexus. There's a couple ways to deal with it. Okay, he kills a probe. Kills 2 probes. I'd say that's worth it for him. I think you're only allowed like 2 probes to be killed or so for it to be okay, but then if he kills 3, then it's worth it for him. And these probes not mining is not good either. Okay, so you get the second goon, or second gate. Let's see what he saw with his zealot. I rewind a little too much, which is okay, we're gonna wait for it. Let's see what he saw. So he sees the second gate. This is really easy for him to defend. Because he knows that you're not gonna get a Nexus anytime soon, you're just pumping goons. Your probe count's really far behind, by the way. He killed a couple, but you should still have more than that, I think. Excuse me. So if you show the second gateway, he just knows that he just has to build a couple cannons, pump a zealot or 2, tech really comfortably. You're not going to have any tech anytime soon because you're kind of gated to continue to make goons, which is really expensive. So all he knows, he just has to defend, and you're screwed. You get some extra information here with the third gate. So he can just double down on that concept. Make a bunch of cannons. He can make like, I don't know. Yeah, this many cannons. You're never gonna bust it. And you lose. What you did may work if he's caught off guard, but if he sees it, then it's donezo. So the standard way to beat this is so you have to I'm disorganized. So you have to see its Nexus first. If you see this, the way to do it is to go robo before range. You cut probes at around 19. You have 19 probes, you'll be at 21 or something supply, 22 supply, something like that. Make robo. And just stop probes, build a second gateway, pump goons, and go shuttle. What was it? I think it's shuttle. Yeah, shuttle Reaver op. From there, you have 2 gateway production. You have 1 robo production. You're not going to have an economy, but you're going to be able to bust this. The caveat to that, though, and what makes it hard, is that you can only barely take any economic damage. 3 probes worth damage is actually going to make that push much weaker because everything's a bit delayed and you're not going to get everything up on time. your goal is to bust him before his 5. He's going to make like 5 gateways. You want to bust him before those 5 gateways come online. But if he gets a lot of probe damage, then you won't bust him in time. So you have to be very careful with managing your economy and protecting it, and then going for the bust afterwards. So it's Robo. Yeah, second gate. I think it's range after. I'm actually not sure. I haven't done this build in a long time. You can ask Semi or something, but you definitely want the Robo before range. That's definitely the key part. Is that you want the shuttle reaver much sooner. I would venture to guess that it's range before second gate, but I don't think it matters that much. The most important thing is going to be the shuttle and reaver. But so in order to even make that work, though, you need to protect your probes. So you took way too much damage. You took okay damage from the first zealot, but you took too much damage from the second two. So let's see what happened. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they got a few free hits on you. You want your zealot and dragoon to be firing at the same zealot. So focus fire on one zealot, and like I said, run this around. Run that around. So this one around. So this can give free damage without this being hit. So, and also, yeah, like I said, fire the same one. So let's see what happens here. Okay, as soon as he goes into the mineral line, pull probes, drill, and kill the zealots. Yeah, do a probe drill on the zealots to kill them. Doing so, it does disrupt mining time, but these zealots will get killed so much quicker. They're not going to be able to do damage against your probes because they're just going to be drilled, so to speak, because of the probe drill. And yeah, your zealot and dragoon can get free hits, and then but definitely focus fire on one zealot at a time, and then make short work with that. Yeah, kill one zealot, and then once it has one remaining, just be sure to pull the probe that it starts hitting. So definitely probe drill. As you can see, if you don't probe drill, he will get several kills off, like that. So definitely probe drill if he runs to the mineral line. If he doesn't run to the mineral line, then just fight with your dragoon and zealot. Okay. So that's game one. Let's see here. This is gonna be game two. Looks like it's against the same player. Oops, sorry, I skipped too much. Okay, so gate scout, that's good. Okay, everything's so far so good. So we scout him and we notice he's cross. Okay, can we get up? No. Okay, that's fine. You know, one of the tells of DT is that when you don't get into their base, like that is a trigger for them to go DT. So always be wary of that if you can't get a scout on them. Nice dodge for the goon. Okay. I would hover the probe around here. And so a really high, okay, one second. Okay. Robo's a little bit late. You want to shoot for a 340 Robo, but that's okay. I'll show you something in a little bit, but we'll just see. So one thing, I get running back because he has a Dragoon, but if he doesn't have range, you're able to see where his units are without getting killed. I would either hover in this area or like this area, just to get a scout off later. You're gonna want to see his unit count around the 5 minute mark. Let me think actually. Yeah, 5 minute mark. Different builds are gonna have different dragoon counts, and a really high level move is that if you hover your probe like outside here, and he has a dragoon coming, just run away. He'll back off because he doesn't want, or he has to be safe and stick around here. And you just do that dance, and you just keep trying to see what information you can find. And he's going to try to kill your probe, but I think that might be too high a level for some people. So that's just something to keep in mind, that once you're multitasking improves, that's something you can do. The higher level move also is that once you start range, if you start range at this at a standard time, your probe, you know that he's not going to be able to kill your probe if he doesn't have range, right? So what you can do is, let's say if his goon's right here, and you hover your probe here, if you just try to get right outside goon range. Once your range is done and your probe is like in his goon range, if he kills your probe, that means you know he has range also. That means also that he likely isn't going DT. But when your goon range is done and you poke with your probe and he doesn't look like he has range, then that's a science DT. So that's another high level move and hard to pull off, and obviously you have to get used to what goon range looks like. But yeah, just another thing you can keep in mind. Excuse me. Try once you increase the skill level. But so far, we don't know what he's doing. And okay, we scout the goon. I like this. You have to be careful though. If there's goon here, then he can't. Or he can get high ground attacks on your goon. So just run this way, away from the cliff. But I do like this. We do see that there's a goon in Zealot and no second goon, and that's very suspicious for DT. Generally at this time, he'll have maybe 2 goons, 1 Zealot. Having no second goon is highly suspicious. I know he doesn't need the second goon to come along to defend, but usually they would still have it. So, okay. What? This is not. No, you can't do this. This is. Yeah, he's just gonna go through your ramp. He does kill a goon. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this isn't. He kills just 2 Dark Templar, or sorry, 2 probes. You got lucky. I would not leave this area, because even let's say though, let's say he goes for a goon attack, like a 3-gate goon. If your goons are here and if he comes through this way, he'll just kill the Zealot instantly. And run through this way and even just get control of your ramp. Let's run that through really quick. So the bottom line is that in no scenario, unless you know what path he's taking this high ground is kind of risky, I think. It's probably okay. This is the more likely path, but it is risky. You are taking a gamble. I think you're just better off sticking around here. And goon came out in time to defend. If I see this, there's a couple things I'm thinking. I know that his gate count is really low, or that he doesn't have a lot of army aside for because he spent all his money on DTs. So yeah, there's two ways of going about it, but both of them require a nexus. You want to expand soon because you know he's generally expanding. That's generally the standard build when you go DTs, is to go DT expand. So you want your nexus. You want your ob first. That's correct. You want your nexus second. Okay, so if he goes DT, what do we know? We know that he had to cut other tech and units to get DT tech, right? So that means he likely doesn't have range. He likely doesn't have a lot of gateway units like Dragoons. In fact, he's probably going for High Templar. What does that mean is that he doesn't have good, likely he's not going to have good drop defense. So there's two ways to go about it. One is to, you want your nexus earlier, but you can either go DT drop, because his robo is going to be late, or you can go speed reaver drop, because he's not going to have the goon count or range to help defend that. Those are two methods of going about it. Generally speaking, if you don't scout the DT until after the support bay is done, then you go with the reaver route. But if you can detect DT earlier, then you can build the Citadel earlier and skip the reaver tech. Kind of personal preference also on top of that. But generally speaking, that's what usually goes on. But you absolutely need a nexus. Because look, he has a nexus already up. He has 3 cannons, but yeah, he has nexus already up. Second normal line about to mine. So yeah, you need a nexus a lot earlier. And I'm actually, okay, I see what happened. You went support bit before nexus. You're about to go reaver nexus, which is okay, but you're at 700 minerals, so there's still some optimization to be done there. Okay, so what happens from here? He only killed 2 probes. It's not a big deal. The bigger issue is that your nexus is super late. Okay, we're going 2 gate. So I see this, I'm thinking this is not going to work. A frontal bust like that is just really difficult, if not impossible, to pull off, because he's going to have High Templar, 3 cannons. It's going to be impossible to bust. The only way to do it is with Speed Shuttle, and you have to bait out storms first before you go for the bust. But straight up like 2 gate, yeah, Reaver standard bust isn't going to work. Okay, so we're going for 3rd Nexus. This is bad if he sees it. It's only good if like you snuck it, but if he sees it, then yeah, this is like almost a free win for him, because he knows that your Nexus is late. Well, he will know that your Nexus is late. No, he saw that you're, sorry, excuse me. He saw the second DT, if not the first one, that your Nexus wasn't even up yet, so he knows he's economically ahead for now, and doesn't. Yeah, he knows he's economically ahead. He doesn't need to take 3rd base. All he needs to do is just to build a big army, get some storm, and you're not going to have the units to hold him off. Because if you build this 3rd Nexus here, look at what he has. He's 4 gateways. He could have a couple. He's going to add like 4 more. You're going to still be on 2 gateways. You're trying to catch up on tech, but you're not going to. But he looks like he's going for a 3rd. Okay. If he does that, this is okay, but he didn't play optimally, and that's why this is going to work out. But if he goes for a standard DT 8 push timing, this is dead. And it's just too greedy. So you have to try to get some economic damage back with drops. Going for this is only okay if he doesn't scout it and doesn't react improperly. So, okay, let's see how this plays out. And if you're gonna get Reaver, you absolutely need a shuttle and to do some damage. Just Reaver sitting here because you're on a timer, right? Because Templar are more effective for AoE than Reavers in general. So you want to do harass or do something with your Reavers before their Templars have enough energy and Storm is researched. But if they're just sitting here, then this is a big waste. They're just going if he attacks and he just storms them, these Reavers are going to die before they do a whole lot. So let's see what he does. Okay, so he's going through this way. Oh, he didn't get ops, or he doesn't have vision. Detection, I mean. Unless... Okay, so... Great. Okay, he has detection. Okay, you see, he's gonna have a much better army than you in terms of size and tech. And that's with taking the third base. Okay. All right. And so we're just sitting here waiting to die, basically. Because he's going to have way more storm than you. He's going to have, yeah, just a better and bigger army than you. Somehow, okay, I misread that completely. Somehow your economic advantage caught up. But, yeah. Alright. So, we're looking good. Because we should feel like we're even. Because, we took a faster third, but they took a faster second. So all things considered should be about equal. They do have a third gas though, which is really problematic because their army is going to be eventually better tech than us. They're going to afford more Archons and High Templar, which are going to turn the fight. So that's problematic. I would try after winning that skirmish, I would have taken this base as soon as possible, at least to get another gas going. I've built a cannon here, and this is good. Okay. Definitely you want to be wary of drops. So getting an observer here and a cannon in your natural mineral line is really important. You also want vision of the rest of the map now. You don't know if he's going to take this corner, this base, any of these bases. When PvP gets to this point, you just really want to control as much of the map as possible. And you have no vision outside of your base, and that's really unfortunate. Because he could be taking a ton of free bases for free, and you wouldn't be able to punish them. So here... okay. So you're moving out. I don't know what we're moving out for exactly, because we should know that they're not that far ahead of us or behind us. So it's going to be an even fight. You want to scout with your observer to see where their army is, and if there's a positional advantage you can take advantage of, then by all means take advantage of it. But just going out blind like this, I'm not sure what we're trying to accomplish. Especially if we need to take another base to stay ahead, then we want to at least go up in this direction or this direction. But just moving out like this toward their base, I think is just super risky. Okay, we got some good storm stuff at least. This is good. And neither player is attacking through their entire army, so it makes for these like awkward fights that, like this clump dies here, but that clump dies there. It's not one fluid army versus army fight. Okay, so we're attacking, it looks like, because we got some good storms off. Okay. It looks like we might bust soon, but it's going to be close. So we know now he has 4 bases, and we absolutely need to kill this. Oh, I see. He killed your mineral line. Well, that's a good move by him. So he crippled your economy, and he's on 4 bases. So although it looks really like promising for some point, the fact that he just needs to hold on by a thread and he'll win the game because he's on 4 bases. So yeah, all in all, it was a smart decision to attack because if you're on 3 bases, he's on 4, then obviously you want to kill him before his 4th base kicks in. But we never knew when this even came up. So we didn't even know the correct timing to go for this. And you can see now that it's just too late. In here, okay, if we're not gonna, yeah, here it's done. You're about to mine out. You're not transferring probes to your 3rd. Even if this base dies, then he still has 3 base mining, but you're only on 1 base mining. So yeah, I guess so yeah, a couple things. Okay, and his next lift, so it's over. It looked good for a bit of time, but you just got your probe stormed, which is a great move by him, honestly. And you just didn't have the information that you needed to make that call when to attack, when to move, etc. So, okay, to start off, you want to try to get some information from here as much as possible. If he's long goon count, he's probably going DT. Secondly, if you spot the DT before you build, or after you build those support bay, then I would want to go for speed shuttles and a nexus as soon as possible. I would, yeah, that's the idea. And the fact that, actually no, yeah, he knows he's super ahead right now. And okay, he knows you have a 3rd base. He's going to take a 3rd base of his own. And you see, there's no information here. You don't even know that he's taking this base. I'm honestly shocked that this fight for him went so poorly. Because he's about 11 supply ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on 5 gateways. Okay, that's why. He built this first before going for gateway explosion. That's why his army size is going to be small. But if he had invested in, let's say, 4 gateways instead of this nexus, this would have been instant death for you. So, but yeah, when he, yeah, okay, whatever. I was like, why is his army so small? Like, you should have been able to, yeah, in theory, it he would just have a massive army to crush this third, but it's because he took a third himself, which is not standard. So that explains one thing. The other part is I don't think he... Oh, he got his obs killed. So yeah, you have the high ground, so you're going to be able to get much better trades off. If he had secured better vision, he could have gotten better storms off and probably won that way. But yeah, it was really good defense by you because of some mistakes that he made. Okay. And then we don't know that this is going up. Here he should be adding a bunch of gateways, which he is. So look at this. We're on 3 bases. We have no idea he has a 4th. All we need, or what he's thinking is, oh, I just need to hold on for dear life. I just need to hold on 3 base versus 4. And as a bonus, if I can kill some probes, then I'm even more ahead. So if we can trade armies with some cost efficiency, if I can secure my 4th bases and even this 5th base here, then I should be dandy. All he should be thinking is, all I need to do is not like lose my fight horribly, which for some time it looks kind of lopsided, but he just has so much army that or economy and production that it makes up for it. So that's my take on the game. I hope that helps. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Try to answer them. All right, peace.